welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. And today we're talking about one of my go-to brands for an easy, natural look. And that's Jones Road. So Jones Road recently came out with these new lip and cheek sticks. I picked up 3 of them. So we're going to talk about those today. And I figured while we're talking about those, let's go ahead and just do a quick get ready with me with these as well. So I'm going to bring you in closer and let's get started. So on my skin, I have the Surratt Perfectionist Primer. It has kind of mattified my skin a little bit. And in place of foundation, Jones Road uses these face pencils. So these pencils, they have certain shades that are meant to be used like as a concealer or color corrector. And then they recommend having 2 or 3 shades and kind of mixing and matching. So I have shades 1, 2, and 3. Let me just swatch those for you real quickly. But here is shade 1. And then we have shade 2, which you can see is going to be peachier. And then shade 3, I'll put below it, which is going to be warmer. So these are the face sticks, and they're a creamy pencil stick that you can kind of, blend out a bit. We're going to start off with shade 2. I'm going to put this underneath my eyes. You can use like a brush to blend these out, but I typically just use my finger. And you can see how it kind of smooths out pretty easily. Gonna add a little bit more right here. And then for the rest of my face, let's go ahead. We're gonna use shade 1 here and see. We're gonna go ahead and use fingers for this. And the idea with these face pencils is you don't need to do everything. It's like if you're using a color corrector. Or a concealer in spots, so spot concealing. You can see I had a chunk of pencil that kind of broke off there. And shade's a little bit light for me to use all over my face. Let's move on. Let's try shade 3 on my cheeks as well and see how this goes. You can see this one's definitely warmer. See what it does with the redness. All right, I'm just gonna mix a little bit of that in on this side. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of the shade number 1 over here as well. So just to show you how it works, just in like one spot, put that on one of my spots here. You can see that it's gonna give like a little bit of coverage, but nothing major. This is all meant to look very, very light and natural. And one of the things you can do with these face pencils to kind of get everything to kind of look really great afterwards is add some of the Miracle Balm. We'll deal with that later, but first, let's take a look at the cheek sticks. So I do have some demos to show you the Mauve Rose and the Tawny Nude on the cheeks, so you can see what that looks like. But we're going to start off with Rosy Brown. And this you can apply with either a finger or a brush. And you can apply it kind of like on its own like this, or it also recommends putting it on top of a powder blush. So in the other color demos, I show you what it looks like, with brush versus finger. So today we're going to put powder blush on this side and top that, so you can just kind of see the difference. So I'm just taking the Suku face brush into the Pat McGrath Flirtatious shade. We're going to just put a little bit of that here. And the powder is going to kind of help keep it in place a little bit as well. And the cheek stick will add a little bit of an accent because, as you can see, it does have a little bit of a glossy sheen to it as well. All right, so we've got Flirtatious on here. Let's just add a little bit of this blush. So that's one layer of the cheek stick. Here it is on its own. Here it is on top of Flirtatious. We're going to add just a little bit more product so you can really see the shade here. All right, so there it is. Now these cheek sticks can also be used on the lips. And usually when I put these on the lips, I like to use my finger and then kind of dab it on, but let's try it with applying it from the tube. Here it is. So this one is Rosy Brown. All right, and next we're gonna go into the eyes. We're gonna be really light on the eyes. We're gonna start off with the shade Chic. And I'm using the KZ06 from Chikuhodo. And I'm gonna put this in the crease up to the brow. And just a little bit in the inner corner there as well. And then for the mobile lid, we're going into Ash. So these shadows, these single shadows, I really love the formula of these. I think they are phenomenal. They are some of the best single shadows out there, in my opinion. And she's had 2 sets of colors come out. The first set is basically what I have. You know, these are like cooler tones, but she recently came out with some warmer tone shadows as well. And I didn't pick those up because they're probably a little bit too warm for me, but I really love these light ones. And I do have a video with these and swatching them and all of that. So I'll leave that linked in the description box if you're interested in that. But a lot of times I just like to use these as a one and done. So this is Ash and Chic together. I absolutely love it. But I think we're gonna add just a little bit of shimmer with the shade Penny. And again, still using the same brush. And I'm just gonna lightly tap that on just for a little bit of shimmer. I have very little product on here. I just don't want it to be completely matte. All right, so there's just a tiny bit of shimmer. Just gonna go in with my finger with that and just add a little bit in the center as well. And you can see how much more pigmented it is with your finger. Just gonna kind of blur out those edges a little bit. There. And then another product I like from Jones Road are the pencils, the eye pencils. So this one here, these are called the Best Pencil. This is the brown shade. I have brown and black, and I bought silver too, but I haven't tried that one yet. I haven't opened that. Now I've had a lot of people ask me about some of the Jones Road products. I bought them, you know, kind of every time she launches, I have bought some, but I haven't gotten around to filming videos for them. So let me know what you're interested in, but I know some people are definitely interested in the shadows. Like there are those little like cream shadows, and there's, I think it's like a liquid shadow. I haven't tried it yet, but I did buy one. And yeah, so I definitely want to try those. And I have some more of the like lip glosses and so forth. That's the eye pencil. The eye pencils, I do really like that. They are a drier formula, so they stay put really well. They're also very precise, and they're not dry like they tug, but they're just really easy to use. Another product I absolutely love is the brow pencil. Now, both the brow pencil and the face pencil, they are the same size. You can see this actually has little fibers in it. Do you see those sticking up from the tip? This is the shade Ash, and I think this is a fantastic, fantastic pencil. Kind of has like a putty formula to it, so it's very creamy. And I mean, you can see the fibers going in. So I like to go through this and then take a spoolie and run through it. But both the brow pencils and the face pencils need a large sharpener. They do sell one. It's dual ended. So the sharpener is, I think it's like $8 or something. But you do have to buy it separately. So when you buy the face pencils and the brow pencil, they do not come with a sharpener. So just something to note. When I ordered them originally, the pencil sharpener was actually out of stock. So it took me a while before I was able to get this sharpener. I do really like this one. It actually comes with a cover. I took that off. You've got the little stick in here to take it out. You can see I need to clean mine out. I just sharpened the pencil, and it's actually a really nice sharpener. But otherwise, you know, use a jumbo pencil sharpener for the brow pencil and the face pencil. And this is basically going to be it for the look. I'm just going to add some of the Surratt Noir Lash Tint, and then we're going to talk about these products, swatch the cheek products, and go over those a little bit. All right, so this is the final look from a distance. You can see that it's light, super easy to do. The blush with the Pat McGrath Flirtatious underneath the cheek stick in Rosy Brown, you can see how much more impactful that is, partly because you have the color of Flirtatious that takes up a little bit more area. One of the things to note about these is they do have this gorgeous sheen. If you're familiar with the the Jones Road Miracle Balm, then you're familiar kind of with that kind of texture. This is like a firmer version of the Miracle Balm, and it doesn't have quite as much of that like herbal scent to it. So, you know, you can't really smell this. The Miracle Balm has kind of like a bit of a medicinal, like an herbal medicinal scent to it a little bit. You know, it smells like some like fresh herbs and so forth. And this, you know, you really don't smell it, but you do get some of that sheen that you get from the Miracle Balm. You can see that this is light. You can build these up, but you know, in my opinion, they're not that long lasting. So let's swatch these. This one here is Tawny Nude. And I'm just going to put another swatch here where we blend that out a bit so you can see what that looks like. I really love this shade. You can see that there's a little bit of brown in it, a little bit of rose, and a little bit of mauve. Now here is Mauve Rose. Now this one on the lips, you don't really see too much of it on the lips, so just something to note. Oh, let me put the other swatch. Now the packaging for these, this is like aluminum. It's pretty thin, twist up, and it's 0.32 ounces or 9 grams, and it has a 1-year shelf life upon opening. So this one here is Mauve Rose. You can see this one is cooler in tone. It's also very light, so that's going to be better for, you know, your fairer skin tones. And then we have Rosy Brown, and Jones Road actually has quite a few shades of this. So kind of have shades for everybody out there. And yeah, I actually was very tempted to pick up all of them when they launched because they all look gorgeous. You can see how you can really sheer these out. They're really pretty. You can see this one has a little bit more of a strawberry tone to it. You've got a little bit more red in here compared to the Mauve Rose, which has more plum. And the, what is this, Tawny Rose or Tawny Nude or something? Yes, Tawny Nude. You can see this one has more like brown mixed with some like plummy mauve and rose tones in there. So these are the three. And I have to say, when you put it on over powder blush, you're going to see it a lot better. For me, these are not long lasting on their own. When you put these on their own, they fade dramatically for me within like an hour or two. It doesn't fade to the point where it's completely gone and you don't see it. You'll still see like a bit of that shine and a hint of that color, but it is going to be lighter. So if you want to see more pigment, you kind of have to build it up more in the beginning. Now, if you put some powder underneath it, either face powder or blush, it does perform much better. They're still not going to be all day wear for me, but the point of these products is to be able to, you know, carry them around, throw them in a purse, touch up whenever you want. It's kind of more of that beachy vibe, you know, be able to carry this in your beach bag and touch up wherever you are type thing. And you know, it's not usually how I do my makeup, but I've been really enjoying these on days when I want to add a little something, but I don't really feel like putting on a lot of makeup. So I've been using these quite a bit, and I really love all three of the shades I picked up. My favorite though is actually this Tawny Nude. So real quickly, I'm going to show you the demos with the other two shades, the Mauve Rose and the Tawny Nude. And you can see the difference between finger and brush application. And then we're going to come back. I'll talk about all the products that I used today and give you my thoughts on these. Mauve Rose. All right, so today we are using Tawny Nude from Bobbi Brown. You can see this one's more pigmented than the Mauve Rose or Rose Mauve, whichever way it was worded. And this is the Rougher 17 brush, which is technically a foundation brush, but I like to use it for cream blush. So that's one layer. And let's do fingers on this side. And my base today is the Sisley Le Teint foundation. All right, so finger application versus brush. This is how it looks. You can see that these really do give like a glistening shine to them. We're going to start off with this one. This is Rosy Brown. Let's see how it goes on just with the finger here. And it's a balmy texture. I wasn't sure if this was just going to be a solid form of the Miracle Balm when I first saw these. I did see something that says that it is different from the Miracle Balm, and you can tell just by touching at it that this is a firmer product. So this is the Rosy Brown shade, and you can use these for lips and cheeks. Now, although it is different from the Miracle Balm in texture and application, it does still kind of have a similar finish to it. So if you are familiar with the Miracle Balm and the way it feels in your skin when you apply a layer, that's kind of what you have here. So it's not sticky or tacky or anything like that, but there's like a little bit of a texture of maybe like an ointment that's been rubbed in, if that makes sense. Not like a greasy ointment, but something lightweight like the Miracle Balm, or to me that feels like Egyptian magic if you've used that. So if you use a little bit of that and rub it in, like really rub it in, what's left is kind of how it feels on my skin to me. And since this is a dual product, let's apply it to the lips. I don't know if I actually want to put my lips on this, just because, you know, putting a lip product then on my cheeks, I think I'll go with my finger. And I'm just switching fingers every time I touch this. And I did just wash my hands, of course, before coming in here. Try and get a little bit more of my finger. So that's a very light layer. And of course I could go in more strongly straight from the bullet. It has a nice texture on the lips, actually. You know, there's enough of an emollient feeling there that it doesn't feel like just pure pigment. You have like a balmy kind of texture on your lips, but it's not as heavy duty as like a lip balm, like a thicker lip balm or anything. It's very thin and lightweight. All right, and that's it. And I believe you can also use these. I mean, it's a lip and cheek stick. I have seen people use these on the eyes as well. It's not the kind of texture or shades that I personally want to wear on my eyes, but just so you know, other people have done that. I don't know if technically the pigments used are considered eye safe or not. So check that out before you try it. So this is the final look from a distance. Again, we have the Rosy Brown shade on the cheeks and on the lips. All right, so I hope that was helpful. The Surratt Perfectionist primer that I had on my face already to start, it's my favorite primer. Great for mattifying the skin a little bit. You know, if you've got that sunscreen sheen to it and you want to get rid of that, it does that without drying out your skin. Next up, we used the Jones Road face pencils. I do like these pencils, but I don't absolutely love them. So I do find them similar to the Merit Stick, which I did compare them to a while ago. I have shade Silk in Merit. So here's the Merit. The Merit is a little bit creamier, so it's a little bit easier to spread out than the face sticks. However, the packaging of the Merit, I actually prefer the pencil packaging because you can see that you've got equal distance here, so it's hard to see right off the bat which one is the top, which one's the bottom. And these, it is a twist up, but you know, after you've had it for a little while, it can like kind of fall out. So, which has happened to mine now. And now I was able to put mine back in, but if it falls into something like hairy or, you know, something like that, or if it breaks off, that's not a good thing. So I do think the pencil format is a little easier to use, but product wise, I like the Merit a little bit better because it's a little bit creamier. That being said, I love the concept of the face pencils, and I love I think there are like 40 shades. So I really love the versatility of having all of those different options. And yeah, moving on from there. And then next we moved into the cheek sticks, and I'm really happy with the 3 that I picked up. I may pick up some more in the future. I like these, and you know, for me, they're a great summer product. They're a great like everyday, you know, light, barely any makeup kind of look. But if I'm looking for like a cream blush that I want to wear for the majority of the day, these would not be my pick for that. This is really more for like minimalist makeup look. And, you know, when I wear them, I'm prepared for them to just add a little something, but not really look like I have much makeup on, which is the point of this product. So I think it has done that beautifully. And there is a little bit of a balmy texture, but it's not sticky. So it doesn't feel sticky. My hair doesn't stick to it. It doesn't have like any sort of fragrance or anything that I can smell. So it really is a nice texture, and they blend out very easily. The only thing is, you know, you kind of want to build them up sometimes to get a little bit more color, unless you have like powder or something underneath. Moving on to the eyeshadows. I love these eyeshadows. I think they might be this and the brow pencil, these are my favorite items from the Jones Road line. I absolutely love these eyeshadows. I'll swatch the 3 that I used today. So we used Chic, which is kind of, let's put them back here. So Chic is a matte white shade. And then we have Penny, which is more of that metallic shade. You can see it's metallic brown. And then the last one that we used is Ash, which is one of my favorites. I use this one a lot, actually. So there's Ash. You can see it's kind of like a taupey brown. They call it Ash, and I was expecting it to be more gray, but there's actually like a brown base to it, which makes it a little bit more wearable for most people. It's not like overly cool or anything like that, but it still has those cool tones to it. So love the eyeshadows. They perform great. I don't have to wear eye primer. They don't crease or anything. I think they are phenomenal. And then the brow pencil, I love it. You can see, you know, I've used quite a bit of it already. Not that it was super long. It came the same size as the face pencils. But you can see it's definitely something, I've been using this like every day. I think it is a fantastic, fantastic brow option. Really like it. And I didn't mention the cheek sticks on the lips. I do actually like them on the lips if you're traveling or if you want like a touch up. I think they're great for the lips. Most of the time, like I love lipstick, so I'm going to choose a lipstick over these the majority of the time, but I do think that they are comfortable. They look nice on the lips. And if you're going for that minimal makeup look, these are great. It has kind of like that thinner balm texture to your lips. So it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have that same like thickness and grip that you would get from a lipstick. It's not oily or greasy. It's very, very comfortable. I just typically, you know, I'm obsessed with lipsticks. So lipsticks and lip glosses. So I'd probably reach for those more frequently than I would for using these on the lips. That being said, I've still worn these on my lips probably 3 or 4 times since I bought these. So that's a fair amount. And I think that sums up everything. On my lashes, I use the Surratt Noir Lash Tint, which is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. Absolutely love that. It comes with a metal wand, which helps separate the lashes. And this gives your lashes a really natural, defined look. You do need an oil-based remover to remove the mascara, but it's not like tubing. You're not going to get those clumps off of it, and it stays put so well. And that is everything. So I would love to know what you guys think. And if you have any questions or any comparisons that you would like to see for these, let me know. I will be doing another Jones Road video very soon, so I'd be happy to add the comparisons in that video. And if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon. So have a great day and stay safe and healthy.